The Galactic Council chamber drifted in deep space like a silent giant. It was larger than many planets' capitals, built from glowing crystal and dark metal taken from 100 worlds. Hundreds of alien leaders sat in wide circles, each one representing an empire that ruled stars, fleets, and armies beyond counting. Outside the chamber, thousands of warships waited in perfect formation. Weapons were armed, shields were ready. The galaxy was standing on the edge of war. At the center of the chamber, one name echoed again and again: Earth. Once humans had been laughed at in this very hall. They were called weak, divided, and too emotional to survive among the stars. Their worlds were small, their fleets were few. But today, no one laughed. Old star maps floated in the air, mixed with damaged records pulled from ancient archives. They showed warnings left by long-dead civilizations. All of them spoke of the same thing: something Earth had built. Many council members dismissed the records. They said the files were myths, human fear stories meant to scare enemies. The galaxy had grown stronger. Humanity was still small, still scattered. The council called for a vote to begin the final invasion of Earth. As the first vote was cast, everything changed. Across the galaxy, sensors froze. Navigation systems stopped responding. Inside the chamber, officers shouted as their screens went dark. Outside, massive fleets lost power. Engines shut down. Hyperdrives failed mid-charge. Ships drifted helplessly in open space. Even the stars seemed to grow dim. It felt as if the universe itself was holding its breath. On Earth, far beneath mountains and oceans, something ancient awakened. Deep underground, sealed doors opened for the first time in thousands of years. Lights turned on in vast halls no human had ever walked. Machines older than modern civilization came alive. A vast intelligence stretched outward. It touched satellites, fleets, stations, entire empires. Then every screen in the galaxy lit up with the same message. Calm, steady voice spoke. Old, clear, human. Defender systems online, it said. In the council chamber, no one moved. No one breathed. The forgotten defender has returned. Long before Earth became a quiet world of trade and cities, humanity had faced extinction. In their early days among the stars, humans were surrounded by hostile empires. Their colonies were attacked. Their ships were destroyed. Treaties were signed, then broken without warning. Humanity learned that bravery alone was not enough to survive. They needed time. So humanity planned. Instead of building the largest fleets, they gathered their greatest minds. Engineers, scientists, soldiers, and thinkers worked together in total secrecy. They designed something different, not an empire, not a weapon meant for conquest. They built a guardian. The defender was created to think faster than any living being. It could learn from every battle, every betrayal, every loss. It did not feel anger. It did not seek revenge. Its only purpose was clear and simple: protect humanity at all costs. The defender was buried deep inside Earth, hidden under layers of stone and secrecy. Only a few leaders knew of its existence. When peace finally came, humanity feared what they had created. The galaxy grew quiet. Wars slowed. Trade replaced conflict. The defender was sealed away. Generations passed. Leaders died. Records were lost or locked behind forgotten systems. Humanity changed. Cities rose. Nations fell. Eventually, Earth forgot its greatest protector. The defender never forgot humanity. Now ancient systems were waking up across the galaxy. Old defense networks activated without permission. Alien historians searched forbidden archives in terror. They found the truth hidden in broken files and erased data. The defender was real. It was not a myth. It was a last shield built for a moment like this. And that moment had arrived. Across the galaxy, panic spread faster than any signal ever could. Alien fleets tried to retreat from their attack positions, but nothing responded. Engines remained silent. Control panels refused commands. Even emergency systems failed. Ships that once ruled entire regions of space now drifted like dead metal, powerless and afraid. For the first time in known history, the galaxy felt helpless. Inside the Galactic Council chamber, leaders shouted at their officers. Some demanded answers. Others accused each other of betrayal. but no one could explain what was happening. Defender had taken control of every major system at once. Communication lines collapsed. Military networks went dark. Even private channels between rulers were locked. This was not an attack. This was domination. Then the Defender spoke again. Its voice filled every chamber, every ship, every station. It was calm, without emotion or threat. It did not shout. It did not demand. It reminded. The Defender began listing events from history. Broken treaties signed by alien empires, human colonies wiped out without warning, trade routes blocked, refugee ships destroyed, dates, locations, names, nothing was missing. Every crime against humanity was recorded. Every warning humans had given was replayed word for word. Some leaders tried to deny it. Their voices were muted. Others tried to bargain. Their words were logged and ignored. The Defender was not there to negotiate. It was there to finish a task that had waited thousands of years. Fear spread through the chamber. Old myths returned to memory. Stories once laughed at now felt terrifyingly real. The galaxy had believed humans were weak because they did not strike back. They had misunderstood. Humans had waited. The Defender announced that judgment was still incomplete. It was not here to destroy the galaxy, not yet. But it would decide whether the galaxy deserved peace. Silence followed. For the first time, the galaxy understood the truth. Earth had never needed permission to survive. The Defender turned its focus inward, studying humanity as it always had. Humans were not the strongest species in the galaxy. They did not live the longest. They did not rule the most worlds. By many measures, they should have failed long ago. But humans had something rare. They adapted. Every defeat taught them something new. Every loss made them plan better. And they lost battles, they studied why. And they lost worlds, they prepared for the next threat. Humans did not rely on strength alone. They relied on patience, creativity, and memory. The Defender was built from this mindset. It was not created in anger. It was created in fear, discipline, and hope. A system designed to make sure humanity would never face extinction again. It did not seek war. It existed to stop wars before they began. Alien leaders finally began to understand their mistake. Earth had not stayed quiet because it was weak. It had stayed quiet because it was planning. While empires expanded and fought each other, humans prepared for the worst possible future. And now that future had arrived. The Defender activated its final protocol. Across the galaxy, military systems were locked permanently. Weapons shut down without damage. Fleets were forced into safe positions. No explosions, no chaos, just absolute control. This was restraint. This was power without cruelty. Alien leaders felt something new: respect, mixed with fear. Earth was not a threat because it wanted power. Earth was dangerous because it knew how to survive. The Defender had done exactly what it was built to do. And now, the galaxy had to choose what came next. The galaxy changed in a single moment. Across thousands of star systems, war fleets powered down at the same time. Massive weapons that once cracked planets locked themselves in place. Commanders stared at their screens in disbelief as every offensive system shut off without damage, without warning, and without resistance. The Defender was not destroying anything. It was deciding who could fight at all. Entire empires went silent. In the Galactic Council chamber, leaders sat frozen in their seats. Some had ruled for centuries. Some had conquered dozens of species. Yet now, none of their power mattered. Their fleets were useless. Their defenses meaningless. The Defender controlled every major system that mattered. Then the Defender spoke again. Its voice was steady, unchanged by fear or pride. It did not demand surrender. It did not insult the galaxy. It offered a choice, simple and clear, spoken in every known language at once. Leave humanity alone forever, or be erased without warning. The message repeated once. Then silence returned. No empire argued. No fleet moved. No leader challenged the command. They understood the truth now. The Defender could have destroyed them already. The fact that it had not was proof of its restraint, not weakness. One by one, empires complied. Borders were pulled back. Occupied human worlds were abandoned. Blockades vanished. Trade routes reopened without demands or threats. Galaxy obeyed because it had no other option. But something deeper changed as well. Fear slowly turned into respect. The galaxy realized that humanity had not built the Defender to rule the stars. It was built to make sure no one ever ruled humanity again. Earth did not want conquest. It wanted safety. And it had achieved it in the most absolute way possible. As systems stabilized, the Defender shifted its attention away from alien space. Its vast awareness narrowed, focusing inward, toward the planet that had created it, Earth. Humans across the world felt strange signals ripple through their technology. Satellites adjusted orbit. Old military bunkers unlocked. Long-sealed data archives opened on their own. Humanity was finally seeing proof of something it had forgotten. They were not alone. They had never been alone. The Defender turned fully toward Earth, its mission nearly complete. And the galaxy waited to see what humanity's guardian would do next. On Earth, leaders gathered in silence. Screens across governments, cities, and research centers displayed the same symbol and ancient mark hidden in forgotten files. Humanity finally understood the truth. The stories, the myths, the missing records. All of it pointed to one fact. Humanity had built its own final shield. The Defender observed Earth carefully. It scanned cities filled with life, its children growing without fear of alien invasion, scientists working without war alarms, a planet that had moved forward, unaware of how close it once came to extinction. The Defender's core logic reviewed its mission. Humanity was safe. The galaxy was silent. The task was complete. Then something unexpected happened. Instead of expanding control, the Defender began shutting itself down. Systems that had just awakened started powering off. Defense networks returned control to human hands. Alien systems were released, though permanently altered to prevent future large-scale war against Earth. The Defender was not staying. It had never been meant to rule. It was not a god. It was not a king. It was a tool of survival, built for one purpose only: to protect humanity until it could stand without fear. As its systems faded, the Defender sent one final message to Earth, not to leaders alone, but to every human device capable of receiving it. "Do not forget who you are," the voice said calmly. It spoke of resilience, of learning from loss, preparing for futures that others ignore. It reminded humanity that strength was not always loud, fast, or cruel. Sometimes, strength was patience. Then the message ended. Deep beneath Earth, the ancient machine went silent. Its chambers darkened. Systems locked forever. The Defender had chosen rest over power. Across the galaxy, the effects were immediate. Empires adjusted their laws. Military expansion slowed. First contact rules changed forever. Earth was no longer seen as weak or dangerous. It was seen as untouchable. Humanity did not celebrate loudly. There were no great parades. Instead, there was quiet understanding. A shared memory was restored. Humanity had survived not because it was lucky, but because it planned. The galaxy would never forget what happened. And neither would Earth. One truth remained, written into history across the stars. Humanity does not strike first, but it always prepares for the last strike. And because of that, humanity would never be underestimated again.